Well, I am 50. How you doing, my fellow 50-year-olds? So you're looking to build some muscle, get in shape, fill out those baggy t-shirts with a physique like Zeus himself? Well, good news, I'm going to help you out. Not the Zeus bit though. Now I'm talking about doing it naturally, of course, not all natural. Now you can't build as much muscle in your 50s as you can, say, compared to your 20s, 30s or even 40s. Your testosterone levels decrease really from the age of 30. So just bear that in mind and have realistic goals. You know, you're not going to put on 25 pound of muscle or anything like that. But you can still look like a unit. So I'm going to go through some of the basic tips on the different aspects of building muscle. So you can either take my advice or not, don't mind. So first off, frequency. How many times per week should you be training each body part? Well, for optimum growth, you're looking at 2 to 3 times per week, and I'd say a minimum of once per week. Generally speaking, your muscles take between 48 and 72 hours to fully heal, ready to be trained again. So if you can train each body part 2 or 3 times a week, I'd definitely do that. That's going to give the most amount of growth. Okay, next, intensity. How hard should you train? Well, this is going to depend on a few things. The more workouts you do per week, really the less intense you want those workouts to be, depending on your progress and how you feel. So if you're basically training really hard, training to failure pretty much, which is when you can't do any more reps, you're doing that a few days a week, say for example you're not really making much progress, then you're probably training too hard. If you're constantly feeling tired and no energy, so you want to reduce your intensity a little bit. Now if you like training like that to absolute maximum effort, then it's fine, but just reduce the frequency a little bit. And the opposite applies if you're not too tired and you're not making any progress still. You can train harder or more frequent. You don't need to train to the absolute maximum, so you're literally failing on every single set. You can be within 2 or 3 reps of failure. This takes a bit of practice, but there's no good doing, say, 10 reps if you can do 5 or 6 more. It's okay if you're a beginner, just starting out, working on your technique and stuff like that. If you're not training hard enough, you're not really providing enough of a stimulus for your muscles. Okay, you're not really giving them a reason to grow. Okay, now volume. It's basically your reps times by the amount of sets, times by the amount of weight that you're lifting. But for this video, we're going to keep it nice and simple. So we're just going to base it on your reps and your sets. So anywhere between 10 and 20 sets per week per muscle group is about right. Obviously, there's a big difference between 10 and 20, but if you're first starting out, just stick to the 10 or as close to 10 as possible. As you progress over the months, years, you can work up to 20 sets. Now, as far as what rep range you should use, I'd recommend if you're starting out, keep your reps fairly high. Just start out doing 12, 15 reps, that's fine. If you're doing 20 reps, it's fine. If you're doing 10 reps, it's fine. You don't need to get exactly between 12 and 15. It's a number that's high enough for you to, reduce your risk of injury. If you go really heavy and low reps, you're more likely to injure yourself. So stick with a higher rep range to begin with, and then work towards getting a heavier weight if that's what you're after, for strength. Just practice your technique, reduce the range of motion if your joints are hurting, lower the weight a little bit. Obviously make sure you warm up as well. The ideal rep range for building muscle is between 8 and 15 reps, roughly. And make sure you keep your reps fairly slow, especially to begin with. Just like I said, practice the technique. 2 to 3 seconds per rep, slower on the eccentric. The eccentric phase is where your muscles are lengthening under load. So if you're doing a bicep curl, on the way up, that's your concentric, your muscles are shortening. And on the way down, that's the eccentric, your biceps are lengthening under load. So the eccentric phase is where the most amount of the muscle damage occurs. So you really want to slow this part down. 2 to 3 seconds per rep, maybe 1 second on the way up and 2 seconds on the way down, something like that. Now, training really is only about a third of the muscle building process. You want to make sure you're getting plenty of rest as well. So you want to try and make sure you get as much sleep as possible. If you're a 50-year-old party animal burning the candle at both ends, then good luck trying to build a lot of muscle doing that. The third part of it would be your nutrition. The most important thing is your overall calories. But in an ideal world, you want between 50 and 60% of your calories coming from carbs, a minimum of 15% fat, and then the rest protein. In regards to protein, this is what builds and repairs your muscle. So ideally you want about 0.7 grams per pound of body weight of protein every day, which would be 1.5, 1.6, grams per kilogram of body weight. Now, it's not the end of the world if you're not getting the exact amount of protein in every single day. Don't over obsess about all this, especially if you're eating enough carbohydrates. Overall calories, number one priority. If you're a meat eater, for example, you're just having normal breakfast, normal lunch, normal dinner, you're probably okay, And if you don't eat meat, just eat loads of beans, lentils and beans, more lentils and more beans. As far as protein powders go and stuff like that, you don't need them. If you want to top up your protein, it's absolutely fine. I have a protein bar every day, but that's like my chocolate fix. If you get enough protein from your nutrition, just save your money for your retirement, your false teeth, a Zimmer frame, I don't know, anything. Drink plenty of water, eat your fruits, eat your vegetables. Any questions, put them in the comment section below. Any video ideas, put them in the comment section below. Any comments, put them in the comment section below. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.